Job here real quick. Job order numero duo. The driver complains about a faulty brake system. Locate the cause of the defect and make repairs. This work order is slightly more difficult. Remember that each part type is repaired on a different workbench. If you are not able to repair the part yourself, you can buy a new part from store using the tablet. Well, let's take this one out. Let's see what we got here. Oh, all right. So we're going to have to check the brake system. Locate the faulty components of the braking system in the front truck. All right, so let's do that. Let's go ahead and take a look at the braking system in the front truck. Now, if I recall correctly, can I get down there? I mean, because I'm assuming, right? The motor truck. So we're looking for the brake system. Where are the brakes? Well, first of all, look at how filthy those wheels are. So I'm assuming that's a brake caliper arm. No, I want to do testing mode. I don't want to be on. Brake caliper arm looks like 30%. So that's going to need some repair. We got brake calipers. 22%. There's your issues right there. Conductor Bob. All right, now does it have, yeah, it's got a wheel, right? Yeah. So you come in here. All right, so it's looking like so far front right side. Yeah, front right side. All right, so is that it? Brake, because I'm assuming there's a hydraulic system somewhere that's hydraulic brake hose. There you go. All right, so that's green, so that looks good. What else we got here? Okay, this arm here is connected to the brake, so let's hydraulic brake piston. Ooh, hydraulic brake piston. Why do I keep saying piston? The hydraulic brake piston seems like it may need a little work. Another piston back here. So you got two brake pistons. You got the one in the front. Okay. So this is like all brake, right? And then you got this here that connects so that's all right. The hydraulics hook up. Another brake piston back here. So 3 on each side. And you got the arm here that actuates the actuator. I'm going to call it an actuator. It's probably not an actuator, but I'm thinking that's your brake system right there, folks. That's a damper or axle box. Truck frame. So that's, and I'm still saying I think it's front left, right? Because if we're looking at the, or if you're the conductor, it's front right. If you're looking at the train head on, it's front left. So let's go ahead and run through in for a penny, in for a pound, right? You don't want to send the thing out half fixed, but I think we're going to be okay on this side. So we got these actuator arms here, caliper arms. Sorry. That's the other thing, you get to learn. I love these games. I love games where you get to learn. I mean, this is something I've always been fascinated by trains and how they work. I never. And I'm surprised at how my auto shop training seems to play a role. I mean, if you understand car braking, you kind of understand the hydraulics and you know. So this looks like this is all good, I think. So that's the braking system on the, what do they call it? The front truck. And it looks like we're going to have to, I think we're going to have to get rid of this brake caliper. And again, the hydraulics will push on this brake caliper arm. The caliper then, the arm pushes on the calipers. The calipers then make contact with the wheels, which slows the train. So let's go into disassembly mode. That's numero uno, and we're going to remove the brake caliper. And we're going to remove this brake caliper arm. Can I not? I cannot do that. Can I? Do I got to do this first? I don't want to remove. I think that's going to be what we're looking at right now. I think is that I have to remove other things in order to get. I can't take this. I can't take that off. That's what I thought. All right, it's not letting me do that. It's red. Okay, so I have to remove this first, but it's going to tell me. Can't remove. I got to remove this first. So we're moving. This is. I forgot what this is. That's what's going to take me a little bit is remembering to keep track of the. I think I got to take this off first. Oh man, you got to be kidding me! I got to take. All right. Okay. All right. And if I was really doing the job, I would grind this wheel because that is not safe. That is not safe. That wheel is. Let me go testing mode. Let's just see where that wheel's at. It's green, 98%. It's a little dirty, but passable. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump out of this. Oh, I'm still underneath. We'll go over to the mechanical workbench. We got a couple repairs. The brake caliper, hydraulic brake piston, so we'll have to go to hydraulics for that, and then the caliper arm. Calipers, I would think, would wear down over time, so I don't know if you can repair. I guess you could replace the pad, maybe. Okay, let's go ahead and try. We're going to try to fix this brake caliper. Again, as we found out, if it doesn't work, it just, will wind up breaking the caliper even more than it was before, and we're going to be out about $1,053. So that's why I'm kind of weighing it really closely. The damper of axle box and the hydraulic brake hose. Let's try to repair this. Are you sure you want to try to repair this selected part? And I'm going to find out right now that you can't, and you're probably just going to have to buy a new one, but let's give it a shot. Repairing. Oh, failed. Part is even more damaged. Okay. Caliper arm. Attempted to repair completed. Okay. Caliper arm. Caliper arm. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to buy. What do I need? I need a brake caliper and a brake caliper arm. Okay, so let's hit up the tab. Engine. Nope, wrong parts. Parts is not parts in this case. Mechanical parts. We need a brake caliper. Boom. Add that and a brake caliper. Boom. I love it when a plan comes together. $2,000. Yes. All right, we're going to be out of here. Let's close this. Now we want to go to hydraulics. Hydraulics is this way. So hydraulics is here, and we want to grab our hydraulic piston. I think we try to fix this. No, it's broken. So we're going to need to buy. I think we need to buy a new one. Hydraulic brake piston. It's piston, Peter. What is the matter with you? Piston. It is a piston. You did what? No, I'm just kidding. You did what in your cup? No. hydraulic brake piston. I think we're gonna just bite the bullet and let's do that because I've already spent money and all I did was break a couple more parts, and I think I may be over budget on this one. All right, let's head back, folks. And I think when we're done with this job, before we pick up another one, we'll go ahead and try to... All right, we got to return. First things first, right? First things first. I'm a realist. And we want to go installation mode. Can I do that? No, I got... Oh, sorry. I don't know what's happening. Don't do that. All right, so the first thing I want to do is I want to... we're going to install the new caliper arm. There she is. That looks good. Now we're going to go with the hydraulic brake piston. Got the new one on there. Oof. Got some bolts here. Let's, first things first, connect it to the actual vehicle. That way you don't have to worry about it. Oh, a little too close. A little too far. A little too close. There it is. Do we want to go in a star pattern so we don't torque it out of... Alright, so, and then we're going to connect that to the caliper arm. There you go. Now we put on the damper of axle box. We didn't have to do anything with that. Now we just had to remove that so that it was out of the way. Okay, and last but not least, we're hydraulic brake hose. We'll get that put back on, and then the caliper, brake caliper arm. Put the new one on. And I think, can we get out of that? And, oh, I think we're good, right? I think we're good. Let's take a look. Uh-oh. All right, so kind of the camera's kind of wonky. I think I wish I could kind of get in there a little bit better. So we got the new brake calipers on there, brandy dandy new. We did get a new caliper arm as well. That gets activated by the hydraulic brake piston. So the piston will, fluid will receive pressure. The pressure will push this forward, which will then engage the hydraulic, the brake caliper arm, and then that in turn will apply the brake calipers. And of course, the hydraulic brake hose supplies the hydraulic pressure that drives the whole system. So, good to go, folks. I think we're good to go. And we can go ahead and step out, and we will take a look at our brake caliper, brake caliper arm, hydraulic brake piston. Minimum condition of the part 70%. Estimated cost of the order $5,700. Cost of the order on the account. What does that mean? Because I seem to be losing money. I think I spent more money than I was scheduled. But you know what? I think I can sell parts. Income bonus for complete achievement. Bonus for low cost. I didn't get that this time, but I did pick up $500. Here she's rolling out. Alright, so if we hit our tablet, approve workshop. No, before I do that, parts warehouse. No, that's not it. Alright, so where's my parts? Do I have to sell them before I get out of the mission? Because I don't seem to have any parts. What if I go here? Nope. Alright. Okay. So that's kind of strange. Like I said, I think I'm supposed to be able... So, I don't know. Maybe let's try one more. Because I know they're there. It's just I don't know how to access them. T for tablet, right? Improve the workshop. And then these are... I is the parts warehouse. But according to this, I have nothing in my warehouse. And yet, when I go and I buy parts or whatnot, I believe I still have parts in my... Job order number 3, folks. Sometimes the tasks will involve finding and repairing locomotives that were damaged somewhere on the routes of the game world, and then towing off them to the appropriate workshops and making repairs. For this purpose, you'll use a special repair train. This time, a diesel locomotive broke down on square D1. Locate it and tow it to the workshop. We suspect a truck failure. Well, a truck failure will do it. In progress. What does that mean? Is there a train out here for me to use? Alright, we're leaving the garage. We're going to D1 for a downed diesel locomotive. This is fun, and like I say, you'll learn the more. Okay, find the locomotive in square D1 and tow it to the workshop. Let's continue. It's a rainy day. Increase engine power W, decrease engine power S. Space is braking. What is that button? Rotating the camera? Alright, I think I can do that. Tab is the horn. Oh, you gotta love that sound, right? Who doesn't love that sound? M is the map and C is the camera. All right, so I can be in the map to D1. All right, so where's D1? Wow, D1 is way up there. All right, so we're here, pointed this way. We got to go to the right. All right, let's see. Let's see if I can. I don't know if I can drive this thing. All right, we're coming around this way. Now we got to pick up the switch to the city. Oh, how do I do this? Wait. Because I think I have to switch. But how do I make the switch? Okay, okay, there it is. I think it's the up button. No. Increase, decrease, braking, rotating the camera, horn, map, camera. Alright, so if I go, I want to hit that switch. See, the switch to the city is going in the wrong direction. So how do I change it? That's the big question. How do I change map? Find the locomotive. No. Alright, I want to go there. Okay, it is the arrow keys. Okay. So we got that. And then we want to go there we go. Now we're going North Station. Alright, don't go too fast. It's my first time driving a train. Don't go nuts. Alright, so that was pretty cool. and we're going up to D1, so we got a ways to go. So we'll go back to increase our speed a little bit. Just jump out real quick. Well, that's pretty cool. I mean, it's, you know, for a mechanics sim game, it's pretty cool graphics, man. I'm digging it. I love it. It's fun. All right, so there we go. Okay. We're going to the north tunnel. All right, let's jump back in the cab. Check the map. All right, we're heading. Yeah, we want to keep going up, right? D1. Okay, so we want to go. What does that mean? North engine. I got red lights. I don't know what that means. Give it a little bit more gas. Or a D3. Those all look okay. I think I'm going to keep the South Electric Engine Depot. I think I'm going to leave that where it's at. Because we are in D right now. So we're heading up to D1. We'll go through the pasture. So it's got to be up in here somewhere. We may actually have to go around to take a look. There she is. That's nice, huh? All right, I think we're seeing it. I think we actually should have gone right. It's over there. Dagnabbit. Okay. Quick look at the map. I got to go all the way back to northern boundary of west, and I got to make this. All right, I got to go. So we'll come to the northern boundary of west. We're going to take this ride around here, up through East Desert Canyon, and then we'll pick it up. It's right over here. So, yeah. Sometimes you get a little carried away checking out the map and stuff. All right, let's hamper outside though. We'll give it a little bit more gas. Can I pull? I can pull back. That's right. I forgot. Oil fields, going through the oil fields right now. We'll give it, we'll get her going here a little bit because slow her down. Take a look at the map. Yes, we're still set up the way we need to be, so okay. Watch it take a couple of these turns. Ooh, you know what? We'll just slow it down. I was going to say this is going to be a little bit of a... You don't want to be flying through there. I think that might be where we have to tow the train to. All right, so that's it. Although, now we're going to be wrong way Corrigan when we pick up the train. We'll be heading in the wrong way. All right. Should be pulling up on it. Okay, so here we are. It's turned us around. Okay, and it's actually tow the train to the train depot. So it's actually done it for us. I think later in the game what happens is we have to use the we will have to use the crane to actually get the train back up on the. I think it's because I came the wrong way. It's just that if you can't even figure out how to get to here the right way, then we'll just go ahead and do it. All right, so I have to now tow the train to the train depot, electrical engine depot, to the diesel train depot, which is where we came from. That's down here, diesel engine train. Okay. So we're gonna come off here. We're gonna want to switch the East Desert, but we can go ahead and take off. East Desert. Is there a way? Do I have to wait for East Desert to come up first, or can I switch it from like here? Because it is kind of cool that I can do that with the arrow keys. I just don't know if I have to wait. Okay, up. We're still looking at East Desert. We want to head to the South Desert, I believe. Yeah, we want to head to South Desert. All right. All right, so here we go. East Desert. We got that changed. And I think we're going to have to go around the lake. Looks like everything, the East Great Lakes, I think we'll have to switch. But, what is this here? I think this is the prison, man. There you go. East Great Lakes. North Great Lakes and South Great Lakes are fine. East Great Lakes is good. Oh, whoa, whoa. Now we're heading East Station. I think when we get to West Center, we'll flip down. And then we gotta come around there. Rainy day. Riding the rails on a rainy day. Yeah, West Center. We gotta change West Center. We're about half throttle. Side Station, West Center, East Side Station. So should I slow down? I probably should be paying attention to these. Right, East Side Station, I got a red, so I probably should be stopped, waiting, I think. See anybody here though. So I don't know what the West Center We're gonna switch west center to, yeah, we got it. Okay, so south center. Switch center is good. All right. Is that guy in the track? No, I was gonna say, is that guy in the track? All right, so we're gonna come down, make the switch around, and I think it looks like everything's all go. So to get into the diesel yard, the switch to diesel engine shop, running at throttle of 3. I'm going to come down a little bit for this kind of curve. Now we can go a little bit faster. From the inside the cab, it looks like you're moving a little bit quicker. Well, we got this switchback. We're going to swing around here. Diesel engine depot. Looks like we're cleared right on into the. We'll cut it back a little bit. All right, there was another red. Oh no! How did I thought that was set up? Why was? It looks like it's set up for me. All right, so we do have a reverse, so we can go. Okay. All right, so we successfully backed up here. Okay, so now the switch should be in the right direction. I got a red though. Doesn't seem to be. All right, so diesel engine station depot. I mean, it seems to be switched in the right location. Why won't it let me in? Right? Because if I miss it, there's no way to catch it back up over here. I'm kind of stuck. All right, so let's go back. Get in the cab. We're gonna ease forward. Diesel engine depot. There we go. So even though the green line looked like it was switched the right way, I guess it wasn't. So we're gonna go a little bit slow just to make sure that we get this. We're heading the right way this time. There it is. Okay. Very good. Back into the cab. So it's the deal, Remington Steel. I think we just got to pull into the circle here. $13.14 kilometers. Mission complete. Damaged vehicle has been restored properly and towed into workshop. Go to repair. So we did it, folks. We went out. We picked up our very first locomotive. We brought it into the shop. Find the locomotive in square D1 and tow it to this workshop. Check. Just as we expected, the problem proved to be damaged transmissions in the truck. Remove and replace them. Task income $250. So we're going to have to look for the transmissions in the truck. So we go back underneath. Oop, I fell down underneath. Alright, so transmissions. If I were a transmission, where would I be? Transmission. Electric motor cover, casing, mounting. Wheel axle, truck frame. Axle box. Transmissions. Where are the transmissions? Axle box, hydraulic pistons. We know what those are. Transmissions in the trucks, though. Where's... Takes me all the way out, though. Transmissions in the trucks. Where are those? Electric motor casing? Oh, I don't want disassembly. I want testing mode. Drive gear? Drive gear is busted. Okay, so the drive gear is going to be connected to the transmission. That's all right. So you have one drive gear here. Is there a electric motor rotor tip shaft? That's green. Electric motor rotor shaft. So the drive gear, is that then the transmission? I have a feeling this electric motor has a lot to do with it as well. All right, so we're obviously going to have two. The truck seems to be kind of this side. Once you understand what's from the middle this way, you'll know what's the middle that way. So we've got another drive gear here. We'll go ahead and test it out. That one's orange, about 34%. Electric motor rotor tip shaft. Thingama flywheel bobber. Electric motor shaft. Okay. So boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, I think what we're looking at is we need some new drive gear. So let's go ahead and disassemble. Oh, but it's not that easy. Okay, so this is where it's going to come into difficulty, because I'm going to need to figure out how to... Alright, first of all, get yourself bright, boy. Alright. So we want to remove this, but first we have to take off the electric motor rotor tip shaft. And I did it just like that. Now we're going to go ahead and remove this drive gear. There you go. Alright, so it's simple. Simple Simon met a pieman on the way to the fair there. And there we have it. And I'm going to say that those are mechanical pieces. So we want to go to... It's scary down here. We want to go to the mechanical bench again. Talking about driving the crankshaft wheelie burner, doodly bopper. Oh, see, we don't have it. Electric motor, rotor tip shafts, both in the 90s, those are fine. But we're gonna, let's go ahead and try to repair this one. Come on, baby, do it for me. Do it for Dad. Oh, dagnabbit. $35,000 to try and repair this one. Dagnabbit. That just cost me huge dollars. It's huge dollars. Where are we at? 2 drive gears. Minimum condition of parts 70%. Estimated cost of the order $87,400. Cost of the order on the account $54. So I'm way because I have to buy these things now. I need to buy 2 drive gears. So we're gonna go to the tablet. We're gonna go to mechanical parts. We need drive doodly boppers. Do. There they are, drive gears, $46,000 a piece, $92,000. We're gonna get that in the shopping cart. I'm gonna order those up. Yes, I'm gonna be way over. All right. Now, before I do anything, I'm gonna go to Parts Warehouse. There we go. See, now we're gonna sell. We don't want to sell the rotor tip shafts. Well, we will sell this one, yes. We're going to sell this one, yes. All right, so now all we have in our Parts Warehouse is the parts we need. And we're back getting on our main truck. We're going to go ahead and reinstall. So we're going to hit the 2 button for installation. We're going to hit that drive gear. We'll select one of our brandy dandy new ones, and that slides right on there. Now we're going to 95%. That's nice. Let's back up a little bit. Whoop, whoop. Bang. Bang. There she is. Boom. There she is. Let's take a look at the order. To the drive gears, just as we expected, the problem proved to be damaged transmissions in the truck. So the drive gears are considered transmissions. Task income $250. We are way in the show the account. All right, we are in the hole $8,433 to an unsuccessful repair of mechanical parts. So that just kind of proves to me. Go ahead and finish. We'll actually, let's get out. I like to step aside and watch the train pull out. That's one of my favoriteest things to do. All right, Mr. Train Guy. We're going to finish up the order. Boom, there you go. And they're heading out. Picked up another $250, another $500. Hey, remember to use your, okay. And now let's go ahead and we'll do a little improvement on the shop, and then I think we're going to call it a night. I'm having fun. I'm enjoying it. Again, I'm learning some stuff, which is exactly what I like to do with any sort of sim game. Is be entertained while also learning something. So this is cool. I think we will hit up our tablet. We're going to improve our workshop. I'm going to go, what do we got? We got 1750. So I could improve 2 things. Haven't used electrical yet. So that's, if anything, I would go mechanics and hydraulics. Screw gun, you know, it's not that slow really. So I think I'm going to go definitely mechanics, and we'll go definitely hydraulics. Let's take a look at our new and improved These workbenches don't look any different than the other ones. Texas Oil does. So they don't look, well, do they? No, they don't, really. They look exactly the same. All right, folks. Well, we're off to a flying start. I want to thank you for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed what you see, and hopefully you'll be back to see some more. So thanks a lot. Have a wonderful night, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.